Oh, hello, this is Tak Chung from Walk with Tak. Welcome to my YouTube channel. If you enjoyed this video, please like, subscribe, and share. The goal of my YouTube channel is to make home cooking as part of your daily routine so that you can cook a meal from scratch in less than 30 minutes. Because most people are unwilling to spend more than 30 minutes in their kitchen to prepare a meal. So I developed the fast cooking system. And the 4 attributes of the fast cooking system is flavor chasing, advanced prepping, stir frying, and template-based cooking. And I choose stir frying as the primary cooking technique because of its unparalleled speed. It cooks most of dishes in less than 10 minutes, on average about 5 to 6 minutes. And for stir frying, the best wok is wok with natural surfaces because they are more durable and they can be seasoned repeatedly over and over again. In this case, use my spot seasoning method. This type of wok includes stainless steel, carbon steel, cast iron, and light cast iron woks. My spot seasoning method is very simple. All you have to do is to heat up the oil until it starts to smoke gently. And you let it to smoke for about 10 to 15 seconds. And this is a time when the wok is being seasoned. And once the wok is seasoned, you can start cooking right away. As in this case demonstrated, when you fry an egg, the egg will not stick to the surface of the wok. The spot seasoning method worked very effectively on all wok with natural surfaces to create a non-stick cooked surface that are ready for you to cook. Although each of this type of wok have a slightly different properties. Cast iron, carbon steel, and light cast iron wok, once you season it, it will retain the seasoning for a longer period of time. Where with stainless steel, even if you just wash it with water, it will lose its seasoning. So in the case of stainless steel, you need to spot season the wok each time before you cook. However, that raised an important consideration that many people has asked me. Is it necessary to spot season my wok to cook every single time? And the answer is no. It depends on what you are cooking. In some cases, spot seasoning is absolutely essential before you start to cook. However, in other cases, the spot seasoning method is actually unnecessary. This all depends on what you are cooking. And in this video, I'm going to demonstrate to you which type of food ingredients, when you cook them, you absolutely need to spot season the wok, whereas some other type of food ingredients, it is actually not necessary at all. Any food ingredients such as egg, meat, and seafood require spot seasoning because the protein in these food ingredients has much higher tendency for them to stick and burn to the surface of the wok. For example, frying an egg is absolutely essential for the wok to be spot seasoned. In here, I demonstrate an example of frying a single egg in a stainless steel wok. As you can see here, the egg slides freely on the surface of the wok without any trace of its stick or burn to the surface of the wok. But this will not be the case if you do not spot season the wok. In this case, each time when I fry an egg, I always spot season the wok, and I often spot season it longer than I would otherwise when I cook other ingredients. In this case, I will let the oil to smoke at least for about 15 seconds before I add the egg to the wok. The similar situation applies when you cook scrambled egg or when you cook an egg omelette. The wok has to be well seasoned. If not, the egg is going to stick and burn to the surface of the wok. So every time when you cook eggs, whether you fry a single egg or you cook a scrambled egg or make an egg omelette, it is important that you spot season the wok very well. When you cook protein, the wok also has to be well seasoned to have a non-stick cooked surface, and in this case, I am shallow frying some chicken. This chicken has been coated lightly with cornstarch. Again, if the wok is not well seasoned, either the chicken or the cornstarch will stick and burn to the surface of the wok. However, if it is well seasoned, as you can see here, you have no problem having the chicken stick to the bottom of the wok. In fact, the chicken fry extremely well, as you were frying in a pan with non-stick coating. As you can see that I am able to flip the chicken over and have the chicken nicely brown. In another cooking situation, that season the wok is very important, and that is when you cook food that is high in starch, such as rice or noodles. Now in this case, the rice and the noodles will have to be relatively dry without too much moisture, because when there's too much moisture, it will remove the oil on the surface of the wok. And when you cook a fried rice or a chow mein, you find either the noodles or the rice are stuck and burned to the surface of the wok. You know that this rice and noodle has too much moisture. The moisture tend to remove the seasoning on the surface of the wok and causing them to stick. And in this case, you need to dry your rice and the noodle more before you use them for frying. When this happens, you can always store the rice and the noodles in the refrigerator for a longer period of time. That will reduce the moisture in them. And because of this reason, I always store my cooked rice in the refrigerator for at least 48 hours. And for noodles, I tend to store them even a little bit longer, usually up to 72 hours. When the moisture is low, you will not find them to stick or burn to the bottom of the wok. However, there are situations that you don't really need to worry about food sticking and burning, and in this case, seasoning the wok actually is not necessary, and all you have to do is heat up the oil so that it's hot enough to maintain the oil temperature for the Maillard reaction to occur. In cooking vegetables such as bok choy or many other type of similar vegetable, when you stir fry them, you can add them directly to the wok without have to start seasoning them. Because in this case, what happened is that you basically just heating up the wok and try to cook them under the temperature where Maillard reaction will take place. You really don't worry about them to sticking because they will produce moisture while they cook. And as the carbohydrate, which are present mainly in fibers in the form in these vegetables, they do not have a tendency to stick at all. This is also true with frozen vegetables when they're taken directly from the freezer and added to the wok. And as the ice melt, fluid will accumulate in the wok. Therefore, there's no chance for any ingredients to stick and burn in the wok. So in summary, when you cook with eggs, as well as proteins such as meat and seafood, it is important that you season the wok because they have a tendency to stick and burn to the bottom surface of the wok. However, at the same time, if you cook with carbohydrates that are high in starch, it is also important that you season the wok. And at the same time, you should keep those carbohydrates such as rice and noodles as dry as possible because any moisture in it will remove the seasoning and causing them to stick. However, if you cook with vegetables, both fresh or frozen vegetables, you don't have to worry about that at all. By having this information, you will be able to make the decision when you stir frying whether you should or should not spot season your wok. As you can see in this video, different ingredients have different tendency to stick and burn to the bottom surface of the wok. So you can spot season your wok accordingly depending on what you are going to cook. I post a video each day to help you to make home cooking as part of your daily routine. If you enjoyed this video and would like to learn more about my fast cooking system, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. So keep on cooking. I will see you tomorrow.